So, as people are not changing and they're obviously getting worse and more discooperative, and by the way, the idea that, despite the fact that I'm right about everything, that everyone's just going to become perfect at cooperating against me specifically, that you all are going to work so well together just because I said that you won't, is laughable, childish, immature, and losing. So, seeing as there's a war that is about to occur, because most of the generations alive have been so concerned with just taking as much as they can that the loss is becoming so overwhelming that people are just struggling too much to explain what's happening. Conflict is increasing. A lack of communication due to the secrecy caused by reservation is making war inevitable. Here's an argument for why, when the draft starts, women should be drafted as well. Now, a lot of young girls, women, place the idea of what they're providing on pregnancy, that they can compensate for the fact that they use men as meat shields, bullet shields, to take on the consequences of their actions their entire lives, because one day they're going to provide a baby, they're going to bear a child, and that cost, that compensates for every cost that they've given society, every loss that they've created. Here's the issue with that. Every time that two people mate, and they are not mating in a way that is increasing value, their sex is creating loss. If two people who are not creating value have sex and produce a child, the momentum of that child's life begins on a loss. So the women who use men like cows use bulls to build up their flesh and be thrown at problems, be thrown at bullets, be thrown at harm, so that the women can be beautiful and safe in home, while the men grow tired, stupid, and unable to cooperate with anything, making them easier to control, easier to manipulate by the female mass. Too many women have become comfortable with this, as the war teaches young men how to better appreciate life, how to better survive, how to value themselves. I believe that the war could do the same thing for women of the same peer group. We're becoming a more equal nation. We're trying to achieve equality by defying the idea that women should also be drafted. You are defying women's rights to equality. Women participate just as much, if not more, in the loss that creates the challenge to our existence. By not wanting to participate in the war, by wanting to avoid the draft, they are ultimately accepting a lesser position in life. One in which they cannot demand, they cannot influence, they cannot change without it being passed by the filter of the men who embrace the harm that they avoid.
You recording? You can't record this side of the restaurant.
Why?
It's prohibited.
Since when is that prohibited?
That's my storyline.
Okay, I gotta go fight.